what was each of y'all's first cars, and how and when did you learn how to drive?
Okay, as far as learning how to drive, we were racing through grapevines at the age of, let me see, that was before junior high school. So, well, how old was I? Maybe 8 or 9 or 10 years old. We were racing Jeeps through the vineyards at 60 miles an hour.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and there was so much dust you couldn't see anybody anywhere. Okay, so that's where I learned to drive, and
Whose Jeeps were they?
this guy, Johnny Nakamura.
Oh.
Didn't Al show you?
No,
Oh.
And anyway, when you're a farm guy, you learn to drive early. So my first car that I had was a 1942 DeSoto two-door coupe that my brother Sam, I don't know whether he gave it to me or not, but I took it to Travis, which is where I was stationed. And that thing it finally quit running.
Was it new or used?
No, it was used, 1942 DeSoto.
Oh.
So then I bought a 1950 Ford two-door sedan, and boy, that was good. What I did was I burned some JP 35 fuel in there and burned all my valves out. So I had to get a new motor. So I put a 1955 Oldsmobile 88, Rocket 88 engine in there. And it was the fastest thing on the road.
Was it Grease Lightning?
It was grease lightning, buddy. It was so good that this guy that had a 56 Corvette in my hometown said, if you beat me, I'll give you this car, we'll just swap them. So that's how I acquired a 56 Corvette.
What?
Uh-huh. And,
Is that the car that you got stopped in on the,
yeah, that's the car that
with Wesley?
we were doing 100 and, about 105.
Don't tell that to your grandchildren.
What was the speed limit back then?
55 is the speed limit back in that day.
Oh,
So the cop says, hey, you know, you were speeding, huh? I says, no, I wasn't going very fast. And then my nephew, who was 4 at that time, said, we were only going 105.
That was Wesley.
That was, yeah, my,
So after the policeman stopped laughing, what did he?
he
give
said,
you a ticket?
well, anyway, he stopped me, we're out in the middle of the country, you know, between the grapevines. And there was this guy that was learning how to drive, and he was making that turn over there, that four-way stop, and he almost ran over us and the cop. So the cop said, give me your license and just stay right here. So he went after that guy. Well, anyway, after that 56 Corvette, I traded that in for a 59 Chevrolet Impala with a big block. And I kept that till 63. Traded that in for a 63 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport. Brought that all the way to Dothan. And
And then you got the station wagon.
I wanted to, before I got that station wagon, I told Ma, I says, hey, let's buy this Mustang Boss. She says, well, how am I going to get those kids in there? I said, well, there's a back seat, you know. She said, no, that's no good. So we ended up buying a big old Ford station wagon. And
A Woody.
it was a Woody.
Yeah, right.
And we brought all of those to Dothan, Alabama, and then
Gainesville?
from Gainesville, Georgia. And let's see.
So what would you say was your best car, the most
I
exclusive
think the most
car you've
fun
had?
car was probably that Corvette, but it was accident prone. I went through a.
Is that the same kind of car that James Dean died in?
No,
No.
nothing like that.
No.
It's a 56 Corvette, which is probably worth $80,000 to $100,000 now, if it was still around. But not to be.
All right, Mama. What about you? What was your first car?
The first car it would have been
The
Same
station
as-
wagon.
That '63 Chevy.
And by the way,
She never knew how to drive.
yeah, Pete
Oh.
taught me how to drive.
How old were you when you learned how to drive?
Probably
Here in Dothan.
21. No, it was in it was in Fresno. 21, 22 years old.
Did he yell at you like he yelled at us?
No,
Yeah.
he didn't yell.
Yeah, I did.
He was real sweet.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
All
So-
right. Good.